Well, I will admit that I was a bit nervous coming into Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. So let us get it out of the way without even touching too much on the plot. Was this a good film? Yes, I think it was a pretty good film, but if you've seen even some of the reviews, the non-spoiler ones, there are a few issues. Now, there's this myth that there is no Beetlejuice in this. No, we get plenty of Beetlejuice. Should there have been more Beetlejuice? I think so, but only slightly more Beetlejuice than what was given. For the plot line that they were doing, I think this was a very good performance by Michael Keaton. However, and you can go one of two ways, and I'm sort of down the middle on this one, that there are new characters, and we see the return of old characters. However, due to, I think, behind-the-scenes scandals, no nice way of putting it, I think the writers and Burton were left with a big problem and paradox of continuing the story from the first film, and you are going to notice certain people are just missing. Why are they missing? Well, don't really know. They do address it a little bit, but we just have to take for granted. Okay, we're going to focus on these characters. Don't ask too many questions. So is that story well done? It's above average, but yeah, it is a bit clunky. And one of the weakest parts, I'm really sad to say, and I don't want to say it, is probably Winona Ryder. Her acting and what they do with her is kind of smallish. They give her a lot of screen time, but it's just a very flat, one-dimensional thing where she's alienated from her daughter, she wants to get back in touch with her daughter, and they go through a kind of adventure and develop together, and that is about it. So the real action is really with Jenny Ortega, Beetlejuice, and certain other people. I can't even speak too much on the villains. I will say yes, that Monica Bellucci does play a significant role. It is a little weird what they do with her scenes. When she's in the scenes, it's actually pretty funny and really well done. However, she's kind of in and out of the picture, and that's kind of a dilemma with these other characters, that they show up for a while, we stay with them, then they just disappear, and then they return. It's not radically incohesive, but it does feel like the structuring needed a lot more work. So for what it is, it was funny, it was enjoyable, it was exciting, and I got mostly what I wanted, so why am I still a little unsatisfied? Well, I suppose even though the performance by Michael Keaton is very, very good, he has not missed a beat. He does look a little weird in a few moments, but overall, I was surprised that I thought that would be a major issue, but no, he just really, really does a good job for the most part. However, they made certain choices of how to do the jokes and how to do the comedy. Again, jokes are going to have that dilemma. Some will work, some will not work. And again, I was willing to go with Tim Burton where he was going, but beyond a certain point, you kind of wish, okay, that was funny enough, but I kind of wish you went this way. And so a lot of people are speculating that the studio or whatever, an agenda held him back. I don't think that's what happened. I just think that this script has been worked on for decades. They just keep trying to bring him back. This was the best version they could come up with, given the scandals in the background. So for that point of view, that this is what was possible, it is a very good film. However, if they could just start over with a blank slate, yeah, this could have been a really great film. A really great film. Probably one of Tim Burton's best. Instead, it's sort of like in the middle. It's above average. It's, I think, stronger than Big Fish, which I really like. But it doesn't really reach the heights of Batman Returns, like his really best films. Even Ed Wood, there's a lot just missing. That said, it is extremely enjoyable. Willem Dafoe, Monica, Michael Keaton, and Jenny Ortega, when they are there, are really good. I also thought Catherine was pretty funny. However, it is a bit incohesive, and the parts don't just mesh together the way they should. I also didn't care for a lot of the music in this film. Some of the music was amazing, but some of the musical choices I was like, oh, they're going to go with those musical choices? But that said, overall, production design, performances, and yes, even the story, it's weak, but it's okay. I'll give this enough that it is very, very enjoyable. So I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I really want to be giving it a higher grade, but I got to be honest. Yeah, if you're a hardcore fan, I think you're going to be very, very happy. Or even if you just watched the first film, enjoyed it, and you want to continue the story, there's enough here. But again, if you're being more critical, you will kind of see that, this is good in parts, but it's not really a good whole story. It just as a film period, it is lacking in a few places. But I take for granted, maybe this was the plan to do it more episodic. From an episodic point of view, it was very fun and enjoyable. But yeah, you're going to notice, like, why were they going down this road? I don't quite understand. Yeah, I'm guessing production issues just force them to go down a very weird path, and sometimes the weirdness pays off, but other times you are like, okay, that wasn't funny or interesting, but that is what it is. So yeah, they could have shaved off a few minutes here and there, but overall, a very, very good experience. You won't be disappointed, but I do think you'll have a lot of question marks after watching Beetlejuice Beetlejuice.